Well, since we're here at the studio barn, I wanted to show you our barn deck bed while it's really looking pretty. Now, this was our early spring combination, and all of the plants in here are frost tolerant. And it's pretty simple. We've got some Johnny Jump Ups in here. We also have some snapdragons, stalks, some violas, and we have some of our pansies. And they're pretty much just interspersed throughout the bed. Now, this is a very pretty look right now, and it'll probably last for us for about another month, and then we'll have to come in and put something in there for the summer. But it's a really nice thing to get off to a good start and have some bloom in your garden early on. Well, since we're talking about plants that we're going to put in for the summer, up here on the deck, I wanted to show you a couple of the bulbs that we have in pots. And you could actually put these out in your own garden right now, either in pots or out in the garden. Now, we planted these up a little early in the greenhouse, so they're already blooming, so you can see what they look like. Now, this is one that we actually had last year in the climbing and trailing garden, and it's the glory lily or climbing lily. And right up here, I don't know if you'll recall, I was showing you how it climbs. The tendrils are actually on the leaf tips, and then they'll just kind of curl around a support. So if you plant a glory lily, you're going to need some kind of a trellis and something small that it can actually twine around. But as we look here, you can kind of see how it gets its name. It's really a very glorious flower. It's very bright red, and we also have this bright yellow on it, and it can really catch your eye from across the garden. Now, these are actually hardy from zones 8 to 10. They like to be planted in full sun and well-drained soil. Now, if you live in zone 7 and you kind of protect this, you may get it to overwinter out in your garden. And we actually had some of these glory lilies overwinter for us this last year because we had a fairly mild winter. So a glory lily would be very pretty either in your garden or in a pot on the patio. Now, another lily that's in a pot, which is related to an amaryllis, is the blood lily, and you can see it here. Now, if you were to put this bulb in right now, it would bloom for you in about the first part of July. And you can see here, it kind of reminds me of something in the allium family, except it's red. And this is just a really showy plant, and this is just about as big as it gets. Now, it can be planted in full sun or partial shade, and it actually likes to be kept just a little bit more moist. But these are two lilies that you can put either in a pot or out in your garden right now to have some pretty bloom later on this summer.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.